80,695. I guess most people don't know what that number is. Let me show you. This is the number of new COVID-19 cases reported in the US on July 10th, which set a new single-day record for the country. Since the first case of COVID-19 was reported in the US, this virus has been wreaking havoc in our country for 6 months, and the Trump administration is still setting records.
Continues to be low and steady.
Not an Olympic record or Nobel Prize record, but a record of sickness, a record of death. I don't want to say this, but a quarter of the worldwide infections are American, while our whole population only accounts for about 5% of the world population. This isn't a joke. This means the American people have become the most victimized group in the world.
And we will.
But with the rhythm of the Make America Great Again march, the COVID-19 pandemic in the United States has hit a second peak, and the source of the virus is getting more unclear. Listen to this.
It's not racist at all, no, not at all. It comes from China.
The Wuhan virus outbreak clearly has demonstrated.
Let me just say, I've seen no information that this was a virus that was created or manufactured as a bioweapon or anything of that nature.
What contradictory nonsense. And here comes the question. Why doesn't anyone listen to the experts? I guess because they are all being ignored and blamed. After all, our president has expertise only in running conspiracy theories and petty internal infighting, and he has neither the ability nor the will to take responsibility for people's lives and safety. Or, if the politicians aren't really idiots, then all of this is in order to muddy the water and cover some secrets. Previously, some media outlets reported that an American military athlete, Macha Benassi, whose relative is a researcher at the U.S. Army Fort Detrick in Maryland, could have been COVID-19 patient 0 in Wuhan. Last October, Benassi had participated in the Military World Games hosted by Wuhan. Whether the new coronavirus has anything to do with Fort Detrick, we may never know. But there's been a whole lot of discussion lately about biological laboratories, which is worth considering. When we mention biolabs, most Americans probably think of movies and TV shows first. In reality, things are totally different. To put it simply, in real life, there are far more out-of-control biolabs, and the negative effects are far worse. Because no screenwriter has the ability to clean up the mess and set up a happy ending to the harsh reality. Why do I say that? There are 2 reasons. First, we really do have too many biological laboratories. According to the Federation of American Scientists, there are currently 13 operational or planned BSL-4 facilities within the United States of America. And a report from the Government Accountability Office shows that the number of registered high containment laboratories, which means BSL-3 and BSL-4, has increased from 1,362 in 2008 to 1,495 in 2010. In just 2 years, more than 100 labs. In a country building a biodefense project of this magnitude undoubtedly increases the risk of leakage or proliferation of biological agents. And this is the second and most important reason that I'm worried. For the public, so many of these labs lack transparency. We don't know where they are, what they do, whether their operations are safe, whether their projects are humane, whether the regulations are workable, and who, if anyone, is responsible for making sure that labs are well run, or for saying, stop. If not, when the unexpected happens, the negative effects of biological experiments, dangerous unknown viruses, chemicals, and even biological weapons won't stay safe in the screen like they do in movies and TV shows. This is not alarmist. In fact, it is not uncommon. History has warned us many times, at at a terrible cost. During the Vietnam War, in order to kill trees and plants that blocked visibility from the air, from 1962 to 1971, the U.S. military used up to 80 million liters of the highly toxic chemical Agent Orange in the jungles of Southeast Asia. Plants and animals contaminated with Agent Orange died within days, and what was once a vibrant forest became 1 million acres of dead wood. In addition to immediate damage, the harmful after effects are endless. Agent Orange causes deformities in future generations. Vietnam claims 500,000 children have been born with serious birth defects, and more than 2 million people got cancer from it, including many U.S. soldiers at the time. To this day, nearly 40 years later, the harmful effects are still there. All the remedies are too late and too useless. Nothing can undo the ruined lives. Now that we've learned a lesson, this kind of thing won't happen again, will it? It will, definitely. According to a CDC report in 2012, as the labs have multiplied, so have the mishaps. The number of reported accidents involving microbes that can cause severe illnesses grew rapidly, from just 16 in 2004 to 128 in 2008 and 269 in 2010. A batch of West Nile virus burst open at a Federal Express shipping center. A new high-security bioresearch facility rated to handle Ebola had its decontamination showers fail. Mice infected with bubonic plague went missing, and even human fatalities. All of these weird things are actually happening. In 2001, researchers at the United States Army Medical Research Institute of Infectious Diseases at Fort Detrick, Maryland, deliberately disseminated Bacillus anthracis by letter to the United States government and the media, resulting in the deaths of 5 people and the illness of 17 others. Also Fort Detrick in 2011, ABC reported that a deadly cancer cluster had been discovered near Fort Detrick and that more than 100 residents in the area got cancer. People living in that area said those toxic chemicals are still leaking into the ground. From 1992 to 2011, the Maryland Cancer Registry has 2,247 recorded cancer cases from the Fort Detrick area. The new coronavirus has plunged us into an infectious disease crisis with which we are struggling to cope. As we respond, it is time to rethink. Is our government really professional? Letting people who don't respect science have the power to manage the laboratories, won't we be plunged into an even greater crisis in the future? After all, for a bunch of arrogant politicians, "Make America Great Again" is just a slogan to fleece the flock. The rule they follow inside is only one.
I don't take responsibility at all.